All right, let's go to Nicole in Cyprus. What's up, Nicole? How we doing?
Hi, Dr. Delony.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's up?
So when I initially wrote in, it was titled like single mother with no village. I guess I struggle a lot. I have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Okay.
And their dad is not in the picture. We decided on starting a family, and then I guess once my son was born, about 3 months into it, I found out that he was being unfaithful. So, that was actually right before the pandemic started.
Mhm.
So then we were stuck inside a 1-bedroom apartment with a newborn and just nowhere to go because there was a big shutdown over here in California. Well, everywhere, but where I am.
But a lot in California, yeah.
Yeah. So it was hard. And I guess since then, I think we tried to kind of make it work and everything, and then it didn't. So we separated ways. And ever since we have not lived together, which was in 2020, I get less and less support from him. And then I guess it's just become more and more toxic because I think he just walks in and out whenever he wants. So
Is there no custody arrangement? Did y'all go to court?
We didn't.
Okay, you need to do that.
I know.
And I know you don't want to, but you need to do that. And even if you don't think enough of yourself to do it for you and your safety and your economic security down the road, do it for your kids.
Yeah.
Do it for your kids.
So I guess I struggle because, and I have them 99% of the time. He sees them a few hours, a couple days a week, until it's a season where he decides he wants to show up and be more frequent. But most of the time,
listen, that's destroying those kids.
I know.
Stop.
Yeah.
Are you still intimate with him? You still sleep with him every once in a while?
No.
When's the last time y'all were together?
Intimately was maybe last summer. Okay. Because he said he wanted to try.
No, you don't have to give me a because. You don't have to give me because. I'm not trying to do it to shame you. I'm trying to at some point you're getting something out of this too. And it's not sex or anything like that. There's this profound loneliness and this profound, you had a picture of what life was going to be like with 2 kids and a family and y'all agreed on it. And I don't think you've let that picture go yet. And you're still trying to hang on. And every time he pops in and out of that picture, you're like, oh, there it is. It could happen. And then he comes in the summer and he's like, hey, let's make this thing work. And then you feel used and you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The picture's over. And what the world and your kids are desperate for, Nicole, is for you to draw something new.
Okay.
Is that fair? Tell me I'm wrong, man. Tell me you're going to make this thing work.
No, I mean, I have gotten no contact with him for a while now. So it's just been, I guess I fear when he does try to do it, again, because recently he's pretty manipulative. I mean, I did file, I had to file a restraining order.
So you've no contact ordered him. So you've been, go through the paperwork.
Yeah. So, and then they just were able to serve him recently for the child support papers and stuff. I guess not child support. Yeah, child support, but we haven't done custody stuff. So
are y'all legally divorced or were y'all ever legally married?
No, we were never legally married.
Okay. Yeah, go through the paperwork process and clear some of these lines up. And when you do that, it's going to be so relieving and it's going to be devastating at the same time. And I want you to expect both of those, okay?
Okay.
The relief of everybody's on the same page. Now, the chances he pays, if you look at the data across the country, are low.
Okay.
Right? The chances that he just doesn't show up on a Tuesday anyway, you're going to have to follow those things to a T.
Okay.
Follow those things to a T. I was working with somebody recently, privately, who's showed up at whose kid's out of town, showed up at night, the night before, and just called their spouse and said, hey, could I go ahead and take so-and-so, our kid out to dinner? I know custody doesn't start, I know my visitation doesn't start till the morning. Caused a whole, just follow it to a letter. Follow it to the letter, to the letter, to the letter. But you got to get it in writing. You got to get it written down. You got to get a judge to sign off on it.
Mhm.
And then there's going to be a finality because you're going to go look at that picture, at that canvas, and it's going to be completely blank and it's going to be terrifying.
So, as far as like the kids, I guess, is what I worry about the most. Like, they're fine. Like, they see them, him a few hours a week, twice a week. And they really enjoy those times. And,
But it's magic time. It's not real.
mhm.
Right? He gets to play superhero. He gets to show up and give him Chick-fil-A and McDonald's and ice cream and play for a couple hours and be the cool rambunctious guy. And then he gets to disappear.
Yeah.
And you have to do math homework and you have to do bedtimes and you have to do bath times. So it's not real time. Their experiences with him are, they're a vapor.
Mhm. So I guess I worry about, like, I know there's going to have to be a season because, recently I found out because we agreed that he wouldn't take him to his apartment because he lives with a male roommate. They're in there. I think he's in his 30s, single. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but he does have like friends over, and I just worry about, the risk.
You should.
Of
You should. All of it.
okay.
Listen, Nicole, somewhere along the way, somebody told you that voice in your guts should just shut up. And I'm telling you, for the first time in a long time, you got to start trusting your gut. You got to listen to that voice because it knows.
Uh-huh.
It knows. You know what's going on in that apartment. Nicole, you've known that dude for a long time.
Mhm.
You know. Right?
So, yeah.
You know.
I'm just worried.
You should. You should. That's why I'm
I
telling
don't
you.
want.
Go get the paperwork done.
And how are the kids going to be, like, if they have to go through a season without seeing their dad
It's going to be hard.
until that?
But listen, he left y'all.
Mhm.
He left y'all. And it's going to be worse when they're in middle school. And he says things like, I don't know, man, your mom just took you away. And you're going to have to deal with that crap too. Here's what you're doing. You're playing a 25-year game with him now. Are they boy, girl? What are they?
I have a son and a daughter.
Okay.
Mhm.
The little boy is going to be wondering what in the world he did to send dad away. And that little girl's going to wonder what was so beautiful about somebody else that daddy wanted to be with them and not mommy and me.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, those you letting him come in and out of your life is not going to answer those questions for those kids. It's going to be a long game of you showing up and showing up and showing up and showing up and showing up. And when they look back, they'll go, "Oh, golly, dang, dude." But in the meantime, you can't expect an 11-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 15-year-old to not want to go where the cool stuff's happening. Dad's cool roommates and you know what I mean? That's where every kid's gonna want to go there.
Mhm.
That's where they need an adult in their life that says, "Hey, I love you enough to say no. I love you enough to give you some stability, some safety."
Mhm.
And unfortunately, dad's not playing that game.
Mhm. Okay.
And what this also means is you're gonna have to get some people in your life.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to get a couple of girlfriends that you trust deeply, that you can email, that you can text, that you can call, that will come over in the middle of the night, that will go out and hang out with you. You're gonna have to get those folks in your life. You can't do this by yourself, not forever.
Like, I haven't done anything by myself, for myself. Well, other than, like, I guess, shower and I
Yeah.
guess get my nails done.
Yes,
but,
yes. Listen,
nothing.
you think that's normal now, and I'm smiling like as though we're hanging out. Like I would be laughing and you would be laughing.
Mhm.
You think 9 minutes under hot water is your R&R time.
Mhm.
It's not.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And maybe no one's ever told you this, but you are worth so much more. And by the way, my friend Will Gadara, who's a restaurateur in New York, he tells his staff this when he tells his staff. He always is telling them, his wait staff, you cannot fill up other people's pitchers, other people's glasses if your pitcher's empty. If you want to really serve your customers well, you got to go in the back room and fill up your pitchers, and only then can you fill up the customer's glasses. Same principle applies to you, mom. All you single moms out there. You can't fill up your little kid's glasses unless your pitcher's full. And I know, God, I know, like, oh, you privileged, you're just in, I know. It's hard for me to hear that from me. I get that. 100%. Good call out. But I'm telling you, the greatest gift you can give your life when dad walks out on them is a well mom. Is a mom who believes in herself enough and loves herself enough to demonstrate to those kids, here's what self-care looks like. Here's what love looks like. Here's what laughter and joy looks like. Y'all are worth those things. You're worth those things, Nicole. Hang on the line here. I'm going to send you a copy of my book, Own Your Past, Change Your Future. I want you to read it. I want you to do the exercises in it. And then I want you to call me back and we can talk through, here's what we do next. Here's where we go from here. But I want you to call the courts. Let's get this thing in writing. Let's get the custody arrangement down. You've had the no contact order. You've taken care of the child support stuff. Let's go ahead and do this all the way. And let's get some people in your life that will walk alongside you. And if you don't have anybody, it's going to be awkward and weird because making friends as an adult is the worst, but you're worth it. Every step of the way. Call me anytime, Nicole. Anytime.